Hey everyone, and welcome back for
Hello,
another
hello.
SES software stream. Good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. Thanks for joining us today. In the studio, we have Peter, one of our community managers, loving the yellow hoodie. Peter, how are we doing today?
Thank you, Alex. I'm doing good. What about you?
Yeah, not so bad. Good to be here. We've also got a very special guest, and it's not his first time on the stream with us. It's good to have you back, Stander, vehicle artist. How are you doing today?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Hello.
Good to have you here. You joined us last actually for another agriculture update, wasn't it? That was just some of the small update that we brought to Euro Truck Simulator 2, if I remember correctly, was the last time you had you on the stream.
Yeah, it was the farm machinery DLC, which has been announced for the ETS2.
Yeah. No, it was great to have you there, and we're excited to have you back as well. Thank you for joining us this evening. And for those who don't know me, I'm Alex. I'm one of your community managers as well. I've been here for a while now. You should know who all of us here. Of course, we're taking a look at the Krone agricultural equipment DLC. You saw the trailer there, and I got to say, fantastic trailer. But this isn't, of course, just for Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's both for American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2. And today, we're going to be taking a closer look at it. Now, this DLC has already been released. It released on Monday, and I think it came to a little bit of a surprise to a few of you, because usually we do this sort of stream before a release of a DLC, but we decided to switch things up a little bit, and we actually released the DLC on the Monday just after the Steam sales ended. And yeah, I think you caught a few of us surprised, but you've had a couple of days to check it out and see it for yourselves. But if you haven't, this is gonna be the perfect stream for you, because we're doing a bit of a crossover today. We're doing a Let's Play stream, and this is episode 56 of our Let's Play. And we're also checking out some of the agricultural equipment. And well, Peter, I see you've already got some cargo attached and hooked up.
Yes.
Have you already found yourself a job with one of the equipment here?
I did. I traveled to Spain, all the way to Spain from Scandinavia, because I found this cargo, the square baler. And yeah, I already came to pick it up, so we can haul it. And I guess, I don't know if you want to do this now, or we can take a look at the other cargoes as well, and then haul it. I guess it's up to us to decide.
Up to us. Well, I think it would be good definitely to go through some of the cargo first and check it out. But it's good to see it on the truck here. But for those who maybe don't know what's included in this pack, it'd be good to go through it. But first and foremost, start up. Maybe for those who don't really know who you are, what you do at SES, maybe they didn't catch our last stream with you. Maybe you could introduce yourself a little bit more about what you do here at SES Software.
Yeah, I'm basically a concept artist, so 2D artist. So I help the guys on vehicles department with the models or in the pre-production phase. But I'm also sometimes help in the production phase, or I touch the Krone DLC in Polish phase and at the end of the production. So basically, I am at the production and pre-production phase, and I did the designs for the farm machinery DLC, also for ATS, ETS. I did also like the Michelin tires for ATS with other guys. So I had a few DLCs, and I help with the vehicles on the vehicles department. And I'm also one of the guys on vehicles of our secret inner agriculture circle, because we are three guys which are somehow related or familiar with agriculture more. So I'm one of them. The other is Smetty, the great modeler, and he's responsible for the cargoes mainly. But he was the head of this Krone DLC. And also we have Peter, who is also a great guy. And he was a guy who really work on the farm, and he drive all these big machines. And in some point of his career, he decided that he will switch, and he wants to make farming models and heavy machinery models.
That is awesome. I mean, a cool team and a nice passion to have as well. And it's something that we can see here with this DLC that you can tell that a lot of kind of like love and detail have been put into these models, and I think they're spectacular looking, I gotta say, in terms of their detail and of course also the kind of variety that we have within this pack. And we're taking a look here first at the Forage Harvester Krone. Is it BIG or Big X 1180? I don't know how they really pronounce it. If there's an official pronunciation guide for these things that Krone give, but this is a massive machine, and one that you can haul in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Are you able to tell us a little bit more about this massive harvester? I'm not sure if you have much down there on the paper that you have.
Yeah, definitely. This is the focal point of the whole DLC. We introduced the 7 machines with the cooperation with Krone. Its license is fully authorized by them, and this is the flagship. This is the Big X 1180. The forage harvester, and this is the most powerful forage harvester in the whole world. It has incredible 1,156 horsepower. Can you imagine?
Is that more than a Bugatti Veyron? Is that that's massive. That's like sports car level. That's crazy.
So it's an incredibly powerful machine, and there is no model is more powerful than this one. This is the highlight. Yeah.
So this is what every farmer wishes that they could have on their field, because it is like the top dog definitely. Of the harvesters. And you can see the amount of detail that have gone into there on the front. Obviously, on the front there, you would have different attachments depending on what they're harvesting, right? Usually. But here in where they're transporting it, you've got it on the trailer, you've got it all kind of secure and loaded down. But I imagine these are quite heavy bits of machinery. It's called the Big X 1180 for a reason, right? I mean, it's huge. It's a massive thing. You can see how high up the driver sits in one of these as well. But
just
I
look at the number of
job
steps.
done, right? And also Krone have also got these colors that they associate their agriculture equipment with, and it's kind of like their trademark colors, right? This green and kind of more almost like wheat looking yellow, or I don't know how to describe it.
That's their branding colors, the green and beige. But it's interesting that it was not always like that, because the Krone has a long history. I think that next year they will celebrate 120 years. We can imagine that it's a quite long history. And because they started in 1906 in small blacksmith shop, where the beginning was very skromny. The beginning was very
humble beginning.
Yes, humble.
Oh, thank you.
Got it. You're welcome. I got you.
And they work through small steps till they can deliver this 1,000 horsepower beast. But I was driven away a little bit by the history. But what was the thing I wanted to mention is that they switched the color scheme in 90s. And before green and beige, it was red and beige.
Oh, okay.
But they decided that they will focus on silage solely, so they changed the color scheme and specialized in the silage mainly.
Gotcha. I mean, they're very kind of natural farming colors, I would say. Like green reminds me of like the grass, and the kind of the beige yellow kind of reminds me of like the crops that you would see growing. When they turn kind of golden, the color. So it's quite a nice scheme to have here. And we have machines large and small. And this is another example here. This is a mower conditioner Krone Big M450. I mean, who's coming up with these names? These are quite interesting names, I gotta say. I want to meet that guy who comes up with the names. This is an interesting one though, because this one's, I can see it's all folded up, right? So usually this would extend out. What would this machine normally be doing on the fields?
Yeah, it's in transport position as cargo. It makes sense, but when you work on the field, you will unfold these side mowers, and then you will cut the grass or clover or lucerne, and you will prepare like the windrow or the sword of the cut silage crops. But this is pretty unique machine, and it's this only model in the range of Krone, because it's self-propelled mower. You know that this is really for a huge farm or for some contractors, because it's the machine solely for the one purpose. And the smaller farms and small farmers, they rather pick the smaller mower, which they will attach to the tractor, and we have also that smaller one.
Gotcha. I mean, it's an impressive machine, and I almost kind of wish I had one for the garden, because I feel like I can just go over it once and then my grass is cut perfectly. There's no need to mess around with anything. Just one time, done.
But where would you park it?
That's the real question, actually. That is the real question. All right, let's take a look at another one. And this is an interesting one. I remember seeing this in the screenshots, and I was like, what a crazy, unique, cool-looking
it's
machine here. What do we have here?
It's a rotary rig, It basically just makes the windrow or the sword from the chopped or cut it green stuff, or like green stuff. Sorry for my vocabulary.
Yeah, you're good.
For the silage crop, like the grass or another materials, and it will help to get out the moisture of the silage crops or with the next collection. But basically, it's rakes, but rakes when you have a few acres and not only a garden, in front of your house.
Gotcha. So are these like, they're dragging along like the soil or like on the floor, and they're like rotating, are they? Or are they
they are
like
rotating.
In the air a bit?
Yeah, they have 4 rotors. The front ones can be spread or set to certain width. I think that this rigs is, I think, 12 meters. We have the bigger one from the range. Yeah, it's 13.7 meters, so it's pretty huge. It's at the at the widest end of the range. And the first rotors will take the cut it grass and will put it to the back ones, which are slightly narrower, and then it will form a nice row or sword, which is compact without any humps or bumps.
That's clever.
Yeah, and there are perfect conditions to start the processes, get out of the moisture, and get the quality farming feed, because the Krone is about the silage, so it's about the operations which covers the preparement of the feeding for the farm animals.
And I gotta say, I'm very impressed by the work and the details that are kind of like vehicle and model team put in, because you can really see each individual kind of like moving part here, down to some of the nuts and the bolts and the rotating parts. You can really see how the machine works, even in transport mode. All the different cables, where it would attach and such like that when it's been put behind the tractor.
These machines are pretty bare, to be honest. They are not covered with some fancy bodywork, so you can see all the mechanical parts, and basically this machine is purely all about the function. So you can see all the shafts and the cardan joints, which will transfer, the auxiliary movement around the corner, which is, you need a special joint which will transfer the PTO from the tractor. And it looks that it's easy stuff, and it's that it's easy to make or easy to produce, but it's not true. It's about the comfort and the features which they bring. How how it can deal with the obstacles and copy the field. When the rock will get in the machine, how it will deal it with it. And the Krone is like the top tier amongst these type of machines. It's like the one of the leaders. So
That's awesome. That's super interesting to hear about as well.
Mhm.
How they work, because I often see these machineries out in the fields as I'm driving around. I have a lot of fields and farms around me here where I'm living, but a lot of the time I don't know what they're actually doing. I see them dragging them on the tractors and I'm like, that's a cool looking thing, I'm not sure what it's doing. So it's super interesting to learn about. But this is one that I know I am definitely familiar with, because I see them spitting out these perfect round bales of hay
yeah,
out the
that's it.
back of the machine. And I was always fascinated by these as a kid, because I'm like, what's the magic that happens inside, to make these perfect
Yeah.
round bales of hay? And like you see them in the fields, like just all these massive round bales, and they're really big, right? They're not small. They're taller than you. We're talking like 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet, huge, stacked hay together. But it's cool to see it again here in detail. Our team here have done a fantastic job of
Yeah,
recreating this in our game.
yeah, this is the round baler. So to be honest, it's pretty big. Like the bale can have 1.9 diameter, the diameter of the bale. And these round bales tend to be the smaller ones. We have also the square baler, which is the bigger one. It produces the bigger bales and can cover the bigger field area. But yeah, this is pretty nice hay baller. And it's interesting how you describe like the magic which happens and
Yeah.
is it can be unseen. Yeah, it's all covered like the pressure chamber, and there's basically the endless belt which puts a pressure on the chopped material and make like the high density bale, which will go from it when the back cover will open up. But that's the difference in between the CAD data and the gaming model. And it's interesting topic. I don't know if I want to slip into it because I tend to drive away from the topic. But basically I worked in the agriculture company, and we produced machines, And when we work on Krone DLC, we get all the support from Krone which we needed. We get the CAD data,
Right,
and it
right.
was the base reference for our gaming models. But there is a huge difference, because the CAD data, they have everything in the model, everything what can be seen and also what cannot be seen. So they have also the inner parts in that bowler, like the pressure chamber, the belt, every single piece till the smallest bolt is described, because they have to manufacture it, the machine.
Yes, of
There's
course. Yeah.
everything.
That
But
must be so interesting for you to look at. I mean, I would be super interested to look at it as well. I mean, to see how it looks from the inside as well, because not too many people kind of get to see every single little part that makes up these machines that seem to do what appears to be quite a simple task, but on the inside is super complex and actually
yeah.
takes a lot of moving parts and such to make happen. So
So you have
yeah, no.
thousands of parts in the CAD data, so you are overwhelmed when you open it. But sometimes the fans, or not fans, sometimes the guys which don't have insight say that you have the model already done. You have no work on it. You have the model from Krone. It's ready. But to be honest, it's not, because we have to basically rebuild the whole model, because we optimize for the performance. So instead of thousands of parts, we have to cut out everything which is not seen. We optimize just for the perfect appearance and for the parts which are in the connect with the player. Like in the trucks, we model the interior in the intricate detail and with all the buttons and stuff like that. But basically, we have to rebuild during the production process all these machines from Krone, and we did basically just the perfect shell, which is super precise, super close to the original. I would say 99 or 100%. But we have to optimize because we also want to have good FPS in the game. But like, it's totally different model than the K data because they have to manufacture it and we have to deliver it to the player, and we focus for the appearance and performance. They focus for manufacture.
Absolutely.
This is the square baler.
Yeah, this is the
That's the big one, right?
Why is it so much bigger?
Yeah, because these square ones tend to be on the higher performance range, and this one has 2 axles, and has a bigger performance overall.
It's an impressive machine. I think this one can probably process multiple square bales at once as well, with it being a bigger size. I can imagine they're having to shoot at the back there. But I think you're gonna have to back check me. Maybe you do know, maybe you don't know. I heard that there's a reason why they usually use between like square hay or round hay bales. And is it true that like if they're leaving them outside, they want them to be round because then the water drips off of them? Is that correct? And the square ones seem to absorb more, so that's why they're usually kept inside. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I don't know if anyone in the chat would know even, but that's what I heard anyway. That's why you often see round ones outside on the fields and the square ones in like
they are still usually packaged,
a barn, right? Yeah, packaged up or inside to dry sort of thing.
It would make sense.
Maybe someone knows this.
How big are the square bales? Because even the round ones are pretty big, right?
Yeah, basically the size is encoded in the model numbers. So it's pretty straightforward. So these are like 120 millimeters to 90 millimeters, and the length could be set, in some range because the flow is basically continuous, because you still pressure and continue, and you're still releasing the bales at the end,
That's it. And like, I was going to say, of course, when a farmer's like on the fields, time is everything to them, right? Because they only have a certain amount of time to work and get things done. And if the weather conditions, right? Because I learned about this. I don't know if anyone watches, I'm going to do a little bit of a shout here, but if anyone watches like Clarkson's Farming on Amazon, which is Jeremy Clarkson doing farming.
It's perfect.
I've learned so much from this show, as funny and as humorous they can make it, and a little bit of entertainment here. I've probably learned more about farming from this show than any other show I've watched, and it's super interesting to learn about how weather conditions play such a vital role, that even if you think after a few sunny days after rain that maybe a field still isn't right for harvesting because they need to have the correct amount of moisture and how dry it can be, so much comes into play when it comes into our agriculture. And of course, all of these machines and everything that we're seeing here now is helping making farmers' lives a lot easier. And in terms of getting things right and doing things right when the time comes to work on the fields. And this one here, I've seen this on the road. This is an impressive wagon. This thing is huge, and I imagine can hold a lot. I mean, you can see it here on the trailer. The size wise, it's a beast. This thing.
Yeah, it's huge.
Actually, it's a trailer on a trailer.
It is, yeah.
No, sorry.
Trailerception. I like it.
But yeah, this is the forage wagon, and this is the huge one. This is like the 3-axled one. We have also like the 2-axle one. In the ATS, we have the 2-axle one, and ETS, we have the 2-axle model. And also there is a difference in capacity. This is bigger one is I think 55 cubic meters, and in ATS we have the 44 cubic meters, and it's like up to 30 tons of materials, which
these
trailers can transport. But
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's huge. It's called
Yeah.
the grain trailer or the silage trailer or forest trailer, but you can
Hmm.
move whatever you want in these trailers. They are pretty versatile, jack of all trades, to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, when I've seen these on the road, a lot of the time, I've actually seen these hooked up to a truck rather than a tractor, a traditional tractor
Yeah,
that you'll see
yeah,
out on the fields, just because of the size of it. But of course, these trucks that they have on the fields are usually a lot more rugged. They're built to go off road and stuff like this, and they're raised up and stuff. But they're incredibly impressive. But now we go from the big to maybe something a little bit smaller, but not less impressive by any means, because this is another one of their disc mowers. And
Still
look at
pretty
all of those
big.
parts that are
yes.
modeled. I love this. Again, the details in this is great. This
Yeah,
is
this
a
is
really cool thing.
yeah, this is the similar one to the self-propelled one, but this one is meant to be attached to 3 points attachment behind the tractor. So you can rely on your traction unit or your tractor. So it's not self-propelled one. So this is meant for smaller farms, but it's still pretty huge.
Mm. I like how they got all the coverings as well that I imagine protect the
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
blades and everything, of course, during transport to protect it from the elements there as well.
The magic is hidden.
The magic is hidden, yeah. But this is an attachment that would go on the front of like a harvester or a tractor,
Yeah,
for example,
but
right? Yeah.
basically, this is meant for the cutting of forage or for the grass or the
Hmm.
clover.
Hmm.
There are like the hidden rotating discs with the knives at the ends,
Hmm.
and it basically cuts the crops. And then you have like the uh, conditioner. This is the main part in these type of machines, and the conditioner can be of two types, like with a metal V-shaped tines or with a rubber one.
Hmm.
According to the crop, when you have like leafed crop, you use more gentle approach with the rubber one. When you have grass, you will use the metal one, and then you will just throw the material flow into the row.
It's impressive, honestly. I gotta say, like technology these days is pretty cool. To see the kind of scale that like farmers are working with in terms of like the size of their farms and the kind of tech that they have in their farms now. I mean, you go just look if you ever see like a harvester on the road, just take a look inside of like one of their cabins. They're full of like GPSs and laser guidance and like something equivalent to it's basically just one down from like NASA or the military in terms of the technology that they have inside of their vehicles. And it is seriously impressive the things that they're doing at these companies to make farmers lives that little bit easier
Yeah,
when it
that
comes to harvesting. Yeah.
yeah, that makes perfect sense. These
Hmm.
are the trends of later years, and you can see it on the Agritechnica exhibition as years goes. That how much more advanced these
Hmm.
technical gets, which every year, and it's pretty complex and pretty mechanized, and you have so-called precise agriculture now. So you have like the control of the GPS, and you have a lot of information. A lot of systems are controlled by
Hmm.
the satellites, and software, and it's more and more. The isobus is all thing now. And the trends are like the autonomous and the robotization of these farming machines.
Hmm.
So you can see all like the autonomous machines are popping. Krone has also one prototype with the cooperation with the Lemken, and they working on the autonomous tractor, and because they have like
Cool.
their huge research facility. So
Hmm.
the future is here.
The future is here. I like that. And somebody made a comment in the chat saying the maintenance on this must be insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things you got to make sure that are working. You know, when it comes to it, from little mini computers and all sorts down to all the moving parts. I imagine that when it definitely needs looking after. But I'm sure Krone definitely cover that at their like service centers and stuff like this.
That's advantage of the machines from the leaders of the market, like Krone is, without any doubts, that they have great maintenance, they have great support and stuff like that. Because I've been on many farms, when I worked in the agriculture, and that's the difference between like the leaders and the other end of the market, and it's the maintenance and time which you will spend on the maintenance and quality of service and everything. And the maintenance is pretty important because, as you mentioned, during the harvest there is a huge stress, and you have small harvest window frame which you have to hit, or the whole season is gone. So it's stressful, and you have to be quick. You have to rely on your machines. You have to perform a harvest, not the repair of the machines. Which will perform the harvest. So it's extremely important.
As they say, time is money, and that rings very true as well in farming. And obviously, when something goes wrong, you want to get things going back up as soon as possible. Otherwise, you could miss that window, as you say. But of course, that's not all that we have in this DLC. For those who already own it, you might have already spotted these parts. But for don't, we do have a few little cabin accessories that go into the truck as well. And I always like having a few little extra things, for some of the stuff on the horn. And we got a nice cap here, cap, which is nice.
If you would be me, you would have at least 2 of these caps in your cabin.
You always like to have double of things, don't you?
I have like 6 or 7 caps on my table at work. So
got a whole collection. I like it. I like it. But I believe also we have quite a few other little bits as well. Here we got the Krone sunglasses. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
We need those for the sunny days.
The
plush harvester, which I'm a big fan of this. I do like the plush harvester, I got to say. It's very nice. And of course, a mug, because you need your hot drink. You need to stay hydrated, of course, whilst on the road. And I believe we do also have a hanging accessory. There it is, the air freshener.
Beautiful.
I love it. Decked out in Krone. And I think it's perfect. I think it's a nice little selection of cabin accessories there. I definitely have the plush on the seat there. So it's really nice to see.
Actually, if we'll have enough time, we can go to a service and get it for our truck.
Yeah, sounds good. But first, we do need to hit the road because time is flying.
Exactly.
And we've got to get this delivery done. Where actually are we heading to, Peter? What is our end destination here?
Lisbon.
Lisbon, okay.
Oh, never been there. Great.
Me neither. At least not in real life. I think we've been there in the Let's Play series once.
But we have simulation.
That's it, exactly. I mean, Spain and Portugal, of course, have a huge agriculture scene because of obviously the fantastic weather that they get for a good part of the year. So they do have like lots of different things they're growing down there. So I imagine, some farmer somewhere definitely needs it in Lisbon right now. But chat, if you are interested in checking out the Krone agriculture equipment model, it is available not just for Euro Truck Simulator 2 as we're showing here, but also for American Truck Simulator. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it actually features the same machinery as we've looked at today, but just in American Truck Simulator. Is there any kind of like differences when it comes to kind of the North American variants, or are they pretty much the same, would you say? I'm not sure if you would know or not. I believe they are the same though.
The DLCs?
But yeah, for the American version, is it like is there like any little differences in terms of the North American variant? Or?
Yeah, there are just minor differences. It's in the forage wagon. Like we have slightly smaller model in ATS. We have like two axles, 144 square meters. We have bigger ones in the ETS, and with 3 axles. And then another details or differences are just the details, because as you mentioned before, this DLC is really full of detail. I was honestly also surprised by the amount of detail, because I get to the machines later in the process, like at the end of the production. So I sometimes check them or seen them around, and then I help with the polish and with some refinement. So when I get them or seen them, they've been basically in very late stage. And the difference is in the details when we will skip the wagon. And it's like, for example, the lighting shields on the machines, because you have different rules or regulations in Europe and American. So we have these lightning shields with the diagonal motif and reflection stickers. In Europe and in America, Krone has their sticker with the green motif, because the markings are different. And we have also, like I say, this is the proof of the detail we put in it with the stickers, like the how to use the machine, and the stickers are different amongst the UTS and ETS. But the detail is insane. For example, if you will zoom out, guys, it's a nice detail. The backlights on some machines, and you can find them. The red backlights are with the Krone logo, and you can see.
Oh, really? Oh, they're like like cut out right in like the shape of their logo. Yeah, so you can actually, when they break, you see it. Yeah.
Yeah, the crown. Of the Krone.
You can just about see it there on the back of that machine, which is pretty cool. But definitely one to look out for. So if you do want to find out more about this bundle, there is a link at the top of the chats on YouTube and on Twitch. They're pinned there, or you can just go head over to our blog.scsoft.com. We've got a whole release blog there for the Krone agriculture equipment. So this is everything that we've shown off today and more about the pack as well, what's included. But we are running a very special bundle, which is the Krone agricultural equipment bundle. And if you truck in both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, you can actually pick up the Krone agricultural equipment DLC for both of these games in a bundle at a discounted price. So if you're planning on getting both of them for both games, then pick up the bundle, because it will save you a little bit of money. But on top of that, I did also want to mention as well, maybe some of you have already noticed as well, of course we just had like the autumn sale for Steam, but we've also extended our sale just a little bit longer. There's a little week-long sale going on with a range of our products at SCS Software, which does include Euro Truck Simulator 2, American Truck Simulator, and of course a lot of our DLCs there as well. So go definitely check out those sales. You can save up to 50% on a lot of our products. So if you did happen to miss out on some bits during the Steam the autumn sale, then there's still going on just that little bit longer. And of course, not only can you pick up the Krone agricultural equipment pack, but you can also check out the farm machinery pack as well, where we had Salah join us last time to show off some of the stuff there as well. So if you love your farming and you love your equipment and your agriculture, then now's the perfect time than ever to grab some loads for your truck. And I gotta say again, big shout out to the team, because they've just done an excellent job in bringing all sorts of fantastic and just awesome equipment into this game and machinery for us to be able to haul and enjoy. Because I mean, this is pretty cool, hauling these kind of machines across Europe and delivering them to farms and to all sorts of different places. And of course they come with their own challenges as well, because they're big, they're on long trailers, and the weight of them as well. Some of those bigger harvesters and such, you got to be careful around those corners. And Peter, I think you're feeling the pressure a little bit. I can tell you.
Yeah, well,
you're trying.
The biggest challenge for me is that the cargoes are so beautiful that while I'm admiring them, I'm not watching my speed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you may not have just seen a violation point there.
Yeah.
For Peter, which is.
You just cannot look away,
So just
which is
cabin
frustrating.
view.
Just cabin view.
No.
You can see it in the mirror.
You can see it in the mirror.
It's not big enough. But I would love to pinpoint that it's already second cooperation with Krone, which is between Krone and SCS. And we did, it's a few years back, but we did in vehicles department like the Krone trailers also. It's a Krone trailer pack, also available on the Steam. And we delivered, basically, we covered like the liner trailers lines, because Krone is agriculture in America and USA. They had also like their trailers and cooling trailers, and so
you get quite a nice variety of trailers there in that pack.
Nice,
and
nice
not only
painting.
that, but you also get some nice paint jobs on them, including I think there's the 25th anniversary trailer in there, and also they had the Mission Record Run trailer as well, the really colorful one,
the
which is
one.
really cool. Yeah, exactly. So I actually do haul with that one quite a bit. I haul with that one quite a bit. So that's definitely worth checking out as well. And that comes with not only the trailers, but you also do get a few little tuning parts and accessories with that one as well, I believe. I think you got like mud flaps and some accessories for the cabin as well. So definitely worth picking up and taking a look at as well. But it's great to see the cooperation between SCS and Krone still, going strong, and that we're able to bring more from their range of products into our game. And somebody was asking in the chat if every single machinery or equipment that you bought into this new DLC was modeled with CAD data, or did you get to go see some of them yourself to scan? Do you know much information on that?
Yeah, both of them actually. As I mentioned, the K data is great because you have dimensions, you have all the parts, you have everything you basically want. But we focus for the appearance also, and the K data is more like the descriptive and the manufacturing data. So we did also the trip into the headquarters in Germany. In Spele, and they performed photogrammetry. So it was great. So the modelers here in the company, they have like the perfect reference. They can open the K data, they can watch the photogrammetry data, they can model with a lot of resources without any questions or hesitation.
Is that something that you got to also take part in? Were you able to go see some of the equipment up close yourself? Or
no, sadly I wasn't there, but I would love to.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to do an SCS on the road episode where we take you to check out some of these machines and maybe present more about them and chat with some of the guys. I think that would be a really cool episode. Benny, maybe we should make that happen. See if we can get some video ideas. Take Standard along with us to check out some of the equipment that we have in game and kind of do a little episode on it, because I mean they're impressive. And of course seeing them in person, seeing the actual size of them, kind of getting to look around them and underneath them, and really seeing it with your own eyes, it's a completely kind of different experience.
I think that that's the best way how to how to get familiar with the machine, because I work in the agriculture company which manufactures the machines here in Czech Republic, and even the guys which been like the constructing guys which invented these machines, and they work with the K data, and they like compose these machines and invented all the stuff. But at the end of the process, they get into the manufacture, and they've seen the machine for the first time in iron for their own eyes, and they said, "Oh damn, it's huge, and they knew that they did like the 8 meters machine or 10 meters working with machines, but they just turn it on the monitor screen for half a year or 1 year, because the production of the real machine is real long. But then the first encounter with a real machine, it was even a surprise for the guy who created that machine. So it was really nice, because you get the sense of scale, and it's different thing, it's when you have something in virtual and in reality, it's different world.
Absolutely, yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's the same of whenever I've, for example, driven trucks in the game for so many virtual miles, and then I maybe go to a truck festival, or I just see one on the highway, and I'm like, wow, actually, like this is one, pretty close to how we have it in game for sure, if not pretty much an exact replica. But number two, the sizing of everything is pretty cool. Getting to step inside of the cab and seeing how much room there actually is in the cabin. Like I can stand up in them and stretch my arms and whatnot as well. Which truck did you get to go into, Peter?
Into Scania.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was, but I was surprised how. yeah, how big the cabin is, how you can really stand there with no problem.
Yeah, the scale is the thing which slips under the fingers.
A little bit, yeah. I
yeah,
think for those who've had an opportunity to maybe try our VR branch of the game, I've definitely tried it in virtual reality. That you do get a bit more sense of scale there, because you're kind of like looking over the front of your cabin, you kind of look inside and moving around. You know, it feels a bit more natural. But of course, I know that's not for everybody. And you get very hot in those headsets, and of course, if you're motion sickness as well, it's not really ideal. So, but you know, you get the idea of it. It kind of gives you that sense of scale, which is, you know, obviously we do our very best to portray that as best as possible on the screens there for everyone to see. And it should kind of give you an idea when you see a machine that's kind of towering above the truck, you know, how big it actually is. They are pretty large. But yeah, chat, if you have any questions, of course, do fire them away in the chat. We'd love to hear from some of you if you have some questions either about the DLC or maybe about the production. I did see a question for asking how many people were working on the DLC. I think you did mention that earlier. Was it 3 of you, did you say?
It was no, actually, from this inner circle of our agriculture, just the two guys work on it.
Oh wow, okay.
And when we will count the modelers, there were 4 modelers in total. So they had like 1 or 2 models. But as I said or mentioned, it's a long process. So we have to count also the pre-production or the photogrammetry team, because we had our photogrammetry specialist who took all the references. And then we performed also some polish and the unification at the end, which was in the hands of Smetty, which is really, really great because he's from the farming environment, so he really knows. And then you have to mention also our teammate or colleague like the Wolfka, which she is responsible for all cabin accessories in our games, with small help of another guys, and also the propagation, you know. So the
of course
the team is pretty huge. The workforce
is pretty
also
big, yeah.
But for modelers,
Well, still impressive work by everyone, of course, and you know, it looks great on the road and in game for sure. But we do have a question coming in from Mark Verstappen. I think it's quite an interesting question, but I know you don't have the answers to everything, so if you don't know the answers to this, then I understand. It's okay. He was asking, how is it determined how many, so I'm guessing he means like what is actually brought into this pack, you know, what the product of the machines or equipment that's chosen to be in the pack from Krone's lineup, and also how they're loaded onto the trailer. Like, how do you decide where the straps should go when they're loaded down? Is that something you have a reference about? Do you know, or are you unsure about this yourself?
Oh, sorry, I haven't catched the beginning of the question. It was too silent, sorry.
Oh, so he was asking how it is determined what machines or equipment is brought into the DLC from
I got it.
agricultural lineup. Yeah.
The first half, what's behind the which model to pick, and the second one was how the straps and the cargo is made.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, great. I will try to answer the both halves and don't forget and lost myself. So the first one is that we have to represent the Krone portfolio and somehow make good cut amongst who represent their portfolio in some meaningful way. It's not my role, but we have a guys which settles down these things, and we also have to pick the right trailers, you know, and think about the limitations which we have, like we have to still make or perform the transport cargo from it, you know. So sometimes we stylize like the way how it this transport, to be honest. For example, the rotation rig would be transported without some parts, but it won't be as descriptive, and it won't be that nice as it is when you will present it the whole. So we have to represent a nice slice through the Krone portfolio, and we have to match our limitations or our needs in order to transport size, because some of these machines are big, but we've been able to fit even the big X, so we've been probably successful. And the second half of the question was about the attachments. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah, where the straps are on the trailer to kind of where they should be placed, or how they're held down on the trailer. Is it a reference they give you, or something you have to get advice on?
Yeah, this we have a few guys which has experience in from the real life or real trucking, so they help us how to strap it properly or how to secure it properly. But basically, before it did the modeler itself, but we have quite a big new. I think that in for the Smetty, which he is responsible for the cargoes. It's a big change. We have a new automatic system, and it's a pretty interesting system from the feature side, but it's a developer tool, but I think that it has been announced. And we have a new tool which will help us to produce these cargoes a little bit quicker. We basically just put the locators where the, I don't know how to call them, where the hooks or hinge points are. And we have bounding box, if I understand it right, and the system will automatically like the place and attach the cargo. You know,
got it. Okay, wow.
It's quite new, but it's good help, I guess. But I think that the other guys would describe it in a better way, because it's complex. And
is there a difference between how you need to attach the cargo in ATS and ETS2? I mean, like different rules for Europe and USA?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely there are different trailers, different attachments, but you know, we stylize somehow, and we are not 100 precise sometimes, but we are trying to improve. And we have a mark, for example. Later on, we had this guy who has like the whole years of experience in real trucking boards, and he often put an advice or two how to make it more realistic and stuff like that, and that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all the kind of expertise and information you can get, the better, definitely. You know, and then over time you kind of learn about these things as well, and then hopefully maybe one day be an expert yourself on where things should go as well. So it's always good to learn this knowledge from some of our colleagues and those who have definitely had experience as well. I didn't spot any other questions. Chat, did you have any other questions coming in for us? But I know, Peter, also you're nearing our delivery point. You're not too far away now from where we should be dropping off. Also, you need to sleep as well. You need to be careful with your violation points here, because Benny before the stream said he reckoned you could rack up another 4 easily today if you're not careful. So I know you're 9. I know you're 9.
I was showing off the cargo.
You were. To be fair, he was. He was doing his job to shut off the cargo, but
yeah, show us some Krone.
Yeah,
you have even the dice in the cabin, and not the forge harvest. No, sorry, just kidding.
I will. We have few more minutes.
No.
Yes,
I admire you that you are the responsible driver, because if it would be me in your seat, I would crash like 20 times, you know, because it's my nightmare that I'm sitting in there and trying to drive, you know.
And also talking at the same time on the stream is incredibly difficult. And also a lot of pressure. I think what the people don't see behind the scenes in our streams is that above the guys in the studio there, they have probably about 12 million lights. A bit closer to that number. But I mean, it's probably like 20 of them.
That's a close.
But they're pretty
close
bright,
number.
right? Yeah, it's close enough.
There's like
but they're very
5.
bright, very dazzling, and it can be a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes under all this light, especially if you're driving in the night. It makes it quite hard to see where you're driving on the screen as well. So all the props to everybody that does get behind the wheel, because it's pretty easy for me and the starter here just to kind of sit in our chairs and just yap away and not have to worry about the driving part.
You get used
asking,
to it, but you know, it's still never as easy as just talking while not driving.
Yeah,
it's a
definitely.
skill. It's an acquired skill, and you've been
yeah.
learning that. So respect. One more question coming in. I'm not sure if you would know this one. I don't believe so. I've not seen it myself, but somebody was asking, some of these kind of machineries are kind of quite wide for Europe. Wouldn't they need like an escort vehicle for this? I've not seen any machinery myself here in the UK, at least, that has had an escort vehicle when they're being towed around on a trailer. So I don't think the same would be in Europe. I believe that it would have to be over a certain size for it to warrant some sort of escort vehicle. I don't have the specifics on that myself. I'm not sure if you do either, but I'm sure Mark or somebody could definitely share more information on that. But yeah, we'll try to find that out for you. We will try to find that out.
Yeah, I think that we fit them all within the trailers. But they offered like the dismantling of some parts and optimize for the transport width, so you are able to transport it in the vast majority of cases by classical means, because it's always complicated when you have to pick like non-standard, not traffic-friendly option. But I don't know.
We'll see if we can find out more on the next one. But let's get Peter parked up here. Peter Parked is his nickname, if you didn't know. So this should be a breeze for him. To be fair, no, in all fairness, I mean, we do poke a little bit fun at Peter, but you go back and watch his day one stream when he first got behind the wheel here at SCS, and now you watch him today. He is a changed man, chat. He has gotten much better behind the wheel. He's much more confident in his moves, so he's doing a good job here.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's not easy. Not easy with this kind of load either. When they're a bit heavier.
I'll take
Look at that. The game.
I would straighten it a little bit more, but you know.
But I would like to say that our game offers the skipping of the parking minigame also.
Yeah,
that's my option. Sorry, I know it's terrible.
Hey, that's okay though. I mean, you play the game how you enjoy it, and that's the important part. That is the important part. Well, we are just about out of time. But what's the one more thing, Peter? What have we missed out on here?
We need to buy some cabin accessories.
I like your thinking. I mean, we just made some money. I think it's deserved. I think we should definitely get something in. So we're going to swap out the Christmas jumper that we have a little bit too early, or is that from last year?
I don't know why it's there.
We're going to replace it for a Krone cap. I like it.
Oh, and like of course, the Krone plush harvester.
I do have to say, 220 euros for a plush. I'm not sure if I would pay this for real life, but I guess it's worth it in the game. It is great. Wonderful. That is it. Well, there we go. That is the Krone Agriculture Equipment DLC. It's available now for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. It's been out since Monday, and I know quite a few of you have been hauling with it. But if you didn't get the chance to check it out, we hope you've enjoyed this showcase and learned a little bit more about the machines and equipment that do come in this pack. And yeah, we encourage you to kind of check out Krone's website and check out some of the videos that they offer on their channel about these awesome machines, because I know they have quite a few on their YouTube channel as well if you want to learn more about them. But again, I've got to give the props to everyone involved, including yourself, Stana, with this pack, because it really is an awesome one. I'm so happy that we have it in the game now, and I'm looking forward to hauling them on the road myself. And chat, if you have already hauled some of these yourself in the game, please send us a picture. Send us a screenshot on our social media. We'd love to see that. But more importantly, if you really like them, then the best thing you can do, and we really appreciate it, of course, is if you leave us a review on Steam. That'll be really, really helpful for all of us. And if you really like it, then make sure to give it a thumbs up there and let everybody know that you enjoyed it. And of course, I know the teams usually are quite eager to kind of read how they've done work-wise. So make sure to go give them a lot of love and compliments there as well for all of their work. But yeah, no, Peter, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being our driver today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure too.
Only the one violation point.
Yeah, but
okay.
you know, I really enjoyed hauling that Krone machine, that square
cool
baler.
To check out. Yeah, that is a cool one. We'll definitely do more hauling of some of these machines in our future Let's Play. And Standa as well, thank you for your time this evening. It's been great to have your knowledge and presence again in our studio. And I hope it's not too long again before we see you again soon, maybe for another stream or maybe an SES on the road episode.
Yeah, but, hopefully.
It's been a lot of fun having you. Thank you for being here this evening.
Oh, thank you.
And
thank you also for our players, because the audience of the DLC is great and we are really grateful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And of course, as well, thank you to Benny behind the scenes as well for keeping our stream running today. But unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So we're going to have to wrap things up. But do not panic, because we do have another stream tomorrow. We're going to be coming back with you for an American Truck Simulator Let's Play. And I believe that will be with myself and Mark. So definitely join us for that one. You'll see the announcements on the social media shortly for that one. And of course, for all the latest news and everything else in between, head over to our blog, blog.sessoft.com. You'll find all of our socials there, and you'll find our newsletter as well. All right, chat. Well, we're going to see you again very, very soon. But until then, have yourselves a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you again on the road soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.